Stop blaming your mattress. You wake up with 8 hours of sleep, yet you feel like you haven't slept in a week. You've been labeled lazy, unproductive, or low energy. But what if the problem isn't your sleep quality, but the sheer volume of data your brain is forced to process? You aren't fighting laziness, you're fighting a neurological overload that most people will never understand. Today, we're shutting down the system to see what's actually burning you out. If you have a high-functioning mind, your brain isn't just thinking, it's performing pattern hunting. While others see a conversation, you see the subtext, the micro-expressions, the tone of voice, and the potential outcomes of every sentence. This is cognitive load. Your brain functions like a high-performance computer running 50 tabs at once. Research shows that high-speed mental processing burns through glucose and oxygen at an accelerated rate. You are thinking in layers. You aren't just hearing a noise, you're analyzing its source, its meaning, and its impact. Sleep for you is the cooling method. When the processor overheats from overanalysis, the system forces a shutdown to prevent permanent damage. You aren't sleeping because you're bored. You're sleeping because your CPU is on fire. Now, let's look at your childhood. If you grew up early, if you had to manage the emotions of the adults around you or anticipate trouble before it happened, you developed hypervigilance. This is often called parentification. You learned to read the room like a survival skill. Your nervous system became tuned to a frequency of high alert. This is neurological fatigue. Even when you are sitting still, your amygdala is scanning for threats, shifts in mood, or signs of disapproval. This state of constant readiness is exhausting. By the time you reach the afternoon, your nervous system has spent the equivalent of a marathon's worth of energy just staying safe. This is why your sleep feels fragmented. You aren't just resting, you're recovering from a psychological battle that no one else saw you fighting. For some, the world isn't just busy. It's an assault. High sensory intelligence means you don't have a filter for the world's noise. The hum of the refrigerator, the texture of your clothes, the emotional weight of a friend's problems. It's all sensory loading. When you retreat to your bed, you are creating what psychologists call a restorative niche. This isn't an escape from reality. It's a necessary return to your baseline. You need the silence. You need the darkness. You need the lack of input. For you, the act of closing your eyes is the only way to finally stop the data attack. You are rebuilding your boundaries 1 hour of sleep at a time. Stop apologizing for being tired. You aren't lazy. You are a person who hears the world's noise at a higher volume than everyone else. You are a person whose brain processes reality with a depth that demands a high price in energy. Rest is your right, not your escape. It is the tribute you pay for having a mind that feels everything so deeply. When you stop fighting the need to sleep, you stop shaming your own biology. Your nervous system is just trying to take care of you. Let it. I want to ask you, when you wake up, do you ever truly feel rested, or did your mind just go quiet for a little while? Let's talk about it in the comments. If this resonated with you, leave a moon crescent moon or a cloud emoji to let others know they aren't alone in their fatigue. Subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of you. Sleep well, you've earned it.